looking at the Y making its long sound I, as in type, style, tire, deny, rely, apply, supply, occupy, satisfy and terrify. You also know that the Y can make the vowel sound it, as in Jim, and it can also make a long vowel sound E, as in happy. So Y can be both a consonant and a vowel. When it's a consonant, it's going to say y. Let's go through and have a look at what each of these words mean. So type is a category of people or things having common characteristics. It can also mean a defining characteristic, and it can also mean the letters that are printed or shown on a screen. Style is a way or manner in which something is done. It can be a distinctive appearance, and it could also mean fashionable elegance and sophistication. Attire is a rubber covering surrounding an inflated inner tube placed on a wheel to form a soft contact with the road. Deny means to refuse. Rely means to depend. Apply means to make a formal request or to be relevant or to spread a substance on a surface, or it can also mean to work hard. Supply is to provide. Occupy means to inhabit. Satisfy means to please. And terrify means to scare. Do have a look at these words where we have the Y in the middle of the word. They're probably from Old Greek. Here we're revising that the Y can make 3 vowel sounds, and this one we're looking at the long vowel sound I, as in my. It can also say it, as in Jim, or E, as in happy. So it can be both a consonant and a vowel. So here we want you to find the words that mean the same as the given words here. You're going to use your list words from above. Down here you have to fill in the gap with the correct list word, so you have to know the meanings of these words to be able to do this. If you can't remember the meanings, go back to the day 1 video where we've talked about all the meanings with you. Complete the word pair. So we're looking at common word pairs here using the list words from above. Use the list words in a sentence. We've given you 2 words for each sentence. We want 1 sentence for both of those words. Complete the expression, don't cramp my something. You have to fill in the missing word. You can discuss within your group what that expression means. Now down here we're looking at open and closed syllables. Do remember, if you have a long vowel sound at the end of the syllable, you leave the syllable open. That means you don't close it with a consonant. So in deny, D is the E is a long sound, so you cut that syllable straight after the E. We're leaving it open, we're not closing it with a consonant. Whereas if you have apply, at is a short sound, so we have to close the syllable with a consonant. So we're going to split that word between the 2 P's. So we're closing that first syllable with a consonant. You can work through the rest of those on your own. On this day 3 page, we're doing verb families. So do remember that if you have a consonant before a Y and you want to add ES or ED, you must change the Y to an I. But don't change the Y to an I when you're adding ing, as English words can't have double I in them. The other thing to remember, and it doesn't really apply to these words because we do have a consonant before each of the Y's, is if you have a vowel before the Y, you're also not going to change when you're adding the S or the ing. Now write the 5 other list words that are verbs. So we've given you 4 here, you've got to find 5 more list words that are verbs. Type and style can also be nouns. So use them each in a sentence as nouns to show how the meaning will change. Now change the list words into adjectives, then use them into sentences. So take note of what we're doing to change these words into adjectives, because it might be a handy thing to apply when you're writing. Down the bottom we want you to write the list word for each noun, then fill in the gaps in the sentences with one of the nouns. So just take these back to their base words and then use them within the sentences given down the bottom. Today's activity is about subordinating and coordinating conjunctions. So we've got coordinating conjunctions at the top and subordinating conjunctions in the bottom half. So conjunctions are joining words. They can join items on a list. They can join clauses to make compound and complex sentences. So there are two types, coordinating and subordinating. So coordinating conjunctions join two independent clauses. And we can use for, and, nor, but, or, yet, so, which the word fanboys stands for the first letter of each of those words. Insert one of the above to make a compound sentence. Then write two compound sentences using a coordinating conjunction. You can use your own imagination there. Now, a subordinating conjunction creates a dependent clause. So some subordinating conjunctions are words such as, after, before, when, until, whereas, because, while, whatever, although, how, if, that, though, unless, where, whether, since. So we want you to insert one of the above subordinating conjunctions to make a complex sentence. So Jenny washes the dishes, something, Tom dries and puts them away. You've got to find the best subordinating conjunction to finish each of those. Then we want you to write your own two complex sentences using a subordinating conjunction. There are your subordinating conjunctions. So down here it says, so what's the difference? Coordinating conjunctions cannot generally be at the start of a sentence because they connect two equal clauses of equal value. The dependent clause with its subordinating conjunction has less weight and can therefore be at either the start or the end of a sentence. For example, if I am late, you should start without me. So you can have a dependent clause and then an independent clause, or you could have an independent clause and then a dependent clause. We want you to write a complex sentence that begins with the dependent clause. So using the dependent clause first, followed by an independent clause, and using a subordinating conjunction to join the two clauses together.